Good morning guys, Kelly from Audiosport here. Today we are fitting a set of our Audiosport door pockets for the T4, a set of these. The last time we did a fitting video was back in 2010 when, not long after we launched the product. Since then, kind of 13 years have gone past and we have sold hundreds and hundreds of sets of these. But today I've got an opportunity to fit a set, so we're going to give you this up-to-date video, so the quality is hopefully a little bit better than the one 13, 14 years ago. We're going to run through how they fit. This is our van that we're working on today. It's a friend of ours van. It's lovingly called Noodle, and we're going to fit the door pockets today with a set of, we've got a set of Vibe slick 17 centimetre components. They're going to go the base in the doors, in the pockets in the doors, and the tweeter we're going to put up on the dash. So we're going to run through how we install all these for you and how the pockets all go together. And just going to finish a cup of tea and then we'll get started. Okay, first things first, we're going to check that our speakers fit into the door pockets. Here at Audiosport, we supply the door pockets with a standard cut 4-inch hole in the pocket. Now we do this so there's various different size speakers will fit the pocket. But today we're fitting a 17 centimetre Vibe, and it just needs a little bit of trimming out just to make it fit flush. So we're going to have to trim that hole out a little bit. Now, if you look closely, you'll see there is a scribe line just on the outside of the pre-cut hole. Now that is quite a good guide, usually the right guide for a 17 centimetre. So we're going to keep that in mind, although we are going to keep checking our speaker as we go on and as we trim back. As for trimming, I mean, normally we've got all kinds of weird and wonderful tools here for, especially for fiberglass or whatever. But we're going to try and do this as you guys would be, say, in your garage or whatever you're doing over the weekend, whatever. So, we're going to use one of these chaps, which I bought from a local DIY shop. As you can see, wasn't hugely expensive. And we're going to put that on our drill, and we're just going to spin around with it and just trim around bit by bit and take away the excess that we need. You get into these things, don't you? Right, as you can see, that's a little flappy wheel type sanding thing, and as I said, I'm going to put that on my drill and I'm going to trim around there until we've got exactly where we want it. So let's get this set up and then we'll show you. Okay, so we just moved over here onto the bench. We've put our flappy paddle wheel in our drill. What we're going to do, you're going to see that. What we're going to do is we're just going to run this round clockwise round the edge and just trim away very, very lightly. Now, this can be slightly time consuming, but it makes for a really nice, neat, even circle. So we're going to trim that back round there until our speaker fits in nicely, nice and snug, and then obviously we're going to do the second one as well. So we've done the trimming, we've got our speaker fitting flush, as you can see. We've trimmed it all the way out to the scribe line that was there, which was a perfect marker for a 17 centimetre. And as you can see, there it's nice and fitting, lovely and flush. Now ready to go. What I did forget to mention was make sure you use one of these. I forgot to mention it, but protect yourself. There will be a little bit of dust, eye protection, dust mask, stuff like that, because as I said, there will be a little bit of dust while you're doing this. So this one's ready to go. We're going to trim the other one up and then we're going to get involved in actually fitting them. Let you into a little secret. If when you're ordering these, if you ask us nicely, we'll normally trim it out for you if you're not confident with this bit. If you've got a 17 centimetre, you're planning to put that in, we'll happily trim them out for you. Just give us a shout on the email when you're ordering, and we can do that for you. So let's move on. We'll trim up the other one, and then we'll show you around the van and what we need to do to actually fit them. Okay, we're going to talk T4 audio just for a minute. The van we're working on today, as I said earlier, is lovingly called Noodle. Noodle is a 2002 2.5 T4. It started life as a standard panel van, which most of them do. And when the T4 was designed in 1991, Volkswagen weren't really thinking about audio, because primarily it was a van, and audio wasn't high up on their priority lists back in the early 90s. So what you'll find is most vans are only fitted with the 4-inch speakers in the top of the dashboard. Now, even though these ones have been upgraded at some point, you're not really going to blow the doors off with a 4-inch speaker. So hence the upgrade. The only models that have more than those 2 speakers in the dash would be the Caravals, the multivans, and some weird and wonderful models. They have multi-speaker systems throughout the van, although again still designed late 80s, early 90s. The audio systems are still really quite poor, and the Caravel door pockets with speakers in are pointing in the complete wrong direction. They're pointing straight down at the floor, so the sound stage is still not very good in those vehicles. Also, what you'll find is with a panel van, most of the panel vans came with no passenger door pocket. This is really quite a standard thing. You didn't get one unless, I believe, it was an optional extra and you paid more from the beginning. So most vans do not have a passenger side pocket. We see it on social media all the time. Oh, I bought my van and it hasn't got a passenger side pocket. The chances are it never had one to start with. Also, you'll find that any of the vans that have got a double seat conversion, or a double seat configuration, should I say, wouldn't have had a door pocket either, being that the double seat is a little bit wider than the single seat base and the door pocket doesn't fit. Fortunately, here at Audiosport, our door pockets, we do a double seat version where the end of the pocket is tapered away slightly, so it will pass the base if you're running a double seat. We are not using the double seats today. We are got single seats, as you can see, so we've got a standard pair of door pockets going in. What we're going to do is replace this horrid 4-inch speaker, and as you said earlier, we've bought a Vibe component set to go in. So we've made up these little rings here with the Vibe tweeters on, which are going to go in place of those 4-inch there. And as I said, we're going to fit the door pockets and the speakers. We're going to have to do some extra wiring because there is no wiring to the doors. The doors are manual windows and no speakers in there, so we're going to have to run some cabling to the doors. So that means we're going to have to have the stereo out, bits of the dash out, so on and so forth. So I brought my stand around here, put my phone on the stand because I want to try and show you this bit. We've removed the door handle, and that was 3 screws, and the whole unit comes off like that. We've taken the pushing fitting out of there. We've taken the top off the lock pole. There's also one little small black screw just on the end here. Okay, now that's all the fittings done. Don't worry about the door handle. The door handle comes with the door card. Now you should be able to lift the whole thing like that. It lifts slightly and then comes off just like that. As I said, the door handle comes out in one piece. It's a very simple system where it just locates to the rod, and it's not very complicated at all. If you look closely, you can see that the door card has got a hook which fits into these slots into the door. So really, really easy to get the door card off. So now we've got the door card off, we've got to fit the door pocket to it, but we've also got to do a bit of wiring, and we need some cable to come from the stereo and through here. So I don't know what bit we'll do next. Guess we'll see. So we're about to start fitting our door pocket to the passenger side. Our door card here on the bench. If you see, the Audiosport door pocket fits into where the original pocket would have gone. Okay, this being the passenger side one, hasn't had a door pocket on before, but that's where it lines up. So it lines up into this swage line here. Swage line that comes down around the bottom of the door card. The door pocket lines up to all those like that, and it's going to sit there like that. Now we're going to screw it from the back. So screws coming through the door card and into the door pocket. Now let me just show you the back of the door card. I've taken off the standard sound deadening jobby. I've just removed that just for a minute to give us access to the back of the door card. On the back of the door card, a Volkswagen in their wisdom have put indents in the moulding all the way around for where the pocket would go. So we're going to use a selection of these to keep our door pocket on. We can just drill right through with confidence and pick up those spots to put our door pocket on. Now there's a couple that don't get used. There's one here for the upright part of the pocket, a little strengthener bar which is on the original plastic pocket. We don't use that one. And these ones here are not used. So you can use these as markers, but just check with the door pocket in place that you're not drilling through where the door pocket isn't, if you see what I mean. So we're going to pick up a few of these holes, use them to fit our door pocket, and as I said, just screws in place. So we're nearly ready to get started. Let me just show you what we're using here. We're going to drill the holes through with a 3mm drill bit through the back of the door card into the pocket, and then we're going to secure the pockets with some screws. These are 8x3/4 self-tappers. They will be supplied with the door pockets. You should have plenty. I think we put in 20 in each pack, so you should have plenty of these. We're going to secure them with these screws. Okay, now the way I'm going to do this is I'm just going to lay the pocket over the corner of my bench like that, and I'm going to put the door pocket in place, and I'm going to pick up one of the moulding holes, and I'm going to drill that through and catch the door pocket so I get one in first, and then hopefully do the one at the rear so I've caught it a little bit, if you know what I mean, so I can put the rest of the screws in. So just make sure that you're careful and that where you're going isn't going to drill through the side of the door pocket or whatever. As I said, the holes are there, or the markings are there, but be careful also because some of the markings are out of the area that we need. So just be careful with this. So I'm going to drill through, I'm going to get 2 screws in just to get it in place, and then we'll go from there. Now again, I just want to show you what I've done here before we move any further forward. I'm trying to get a couple of screws in just to secure the pocket. Now, I've picked up that hole in the moulding. Come down a little bit. How about that? That hole in the moulding, yeah, where these little indents are. Now I've taken this one as my first one because I know for a fact that I'm not going to get in trouble drilling through any of the door pocket because the door pocket comfortably folds over that, yeah? So with the door pocket lined up and in place, I'm now going to get my drill again and drill through that hole for a second time, but this time into the door pocket, and then I'm going to get the screw in. Okay, the first hole has been drilled and a screw been put in. As you can see there, so that's secured this end of the pocket. We're now going to get one in the back. Same theory, I'm just going to have the door card just at the corner of it hanging over the bench so I can pick up one of the screw holes here and I get a screw in the back. Right, we've got a screw in each end and the door pocket is secured on the door card. Let me just show you again. I picked up using the moulding hole on the door card. I picked that one up there in the top corner and one at the front. These were to secure the pocket to the door card. Now, you can pick up loads of these to use to continue to secure the pod. You don't have to, of course. Those two here, for example, if you had a run through the middle there, that would be perfectly fine. And inside these markings will be absolutely fine as well. So we're going to add a few more screws to secure it. 2 screws, obviously not enough. As you can see, the door card is still wobbly to the pocket, so we need to secure it correctly. So we're going to bang a whole load more screws in. Now the pocket's in place, put it something down to protect your pocket, but you can do everything now from the back side, so you can ultimately lay it down that way, but just be aware of not to scratch the pocket. The finish is quite robust, but if you're kind of dragging it around, it will mark. So I'm going to stick some more screws in. So we've got our door pocket fixed to our door card. We've put multiple screws all the way around to hold it in place. Bring them up, pull them up nice and tight. You'll take all the gaps away. It's quite a flexy door card, so pull them up nice and tight so you make a nice gap, which we've made all the way around and got the pocket nicely sealing to the door card. Something else we had to do, because of the depth of the Vibe component speakers, the magnet touched the back of the door card, so we just put this hole in there to make sure that the magnet can just poke through. It's only really the top edge of the magnet that's giving us a problem. So if I can kind of hold this in place to show you, yes, you can just see that the magnet is just there touching. So we just put that hole in there just to relieve that there. So we're going to put the sound deadening stuff back on that. We're going to pre-drill the holes for the speaker to mount it, and then that one's ready to go, and we can move on to the driver's side. We've moved on to the driver's side. Now the difference between the driver's side and the passenger side is the driver's side comes with a pocket and is already screwed in to the door card. So you need to remove all these screws so the door pocket comes off. Then of course we've got holes already drilled to put our new pocket on. But be careful and make sure you don't screw through the side of the pod or pick up one of the holes that isn't relevant. So just take care on what you're doing. Here's our door pockets fitted to the door cards, ready to go back in. We've got to do all the wiring stuff now in the van, so we won't worry about giving you too much footage on that. There's plenty of videos online to tell you about how to wire up the speakers. So we're going to do our wiring and then we'll come back and fit the pockets. Okay, we'll just put the door pocket on this side, as you can see. We've done all the wiring this side. What I just want to tell you about is just make sure you get all the slots lined up before you put the door card back on. It will go on very easily as long as you get all the slots in place. So it pushes down, this trim at the top pushes down. If I go over the other side to the driver's door, which we haven't put the door card back on yet, you will see that all these slots here, make sure that you get them all lined up when you do put the door card on. What I found was put it on the top first, yeah, then get these bottom ones hooked in here, and then the other ones should go in place. It's not difficult to do. I'm not making too much of a drama of it, but just make sure you get them all lined up, because that's going to make life an awful lot easier for you. Something else to just show you, just as we go on, we've made our own little bellow to go in there. T4 bellows are world famously unavailable. They were obsolete many years ago and were expensive when they were available, so they're really hard to get hold of. So all we've done is taken the two original grommets, put a bit of cable tidy between the two, put a zip tie each side so they can't pull out, and made that into a bit of a grommet just to protect the cable a little bit. Okay, so we're moving forward now, and yeah, it's going to take shape. So there we go, all done and fitted. You can see the driverless one like that. Fitted nice, sounding good. Let's go around the other side. And as you can see, all fitted, looking good that side as well. Awesome, tweeters in the dash, ideal. There you go, all finished, done and dusted, looking good, sounding great, all ready to go. If you're interested in a set, they're available on our website, www.audiosport.co.uk, or available for all models T4, single and double seats. Look out for replicas, they aren't the same. We've been doing these for 13 years. They are the best on the market and always has been. The original and the best. Please like and subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, and thank you for watching.